Good morning, everyone. I'm Dora, and I'm the organizer of this group. So I'm popping on here a little bit early today because my schedule is just filling up, and I just want to make sure that I have a bit of time in between for me to, get ready for the next thing. So, because I don't like to rush. Um, but yeah, so if you don't know me, for those of you who don't know me, I come on here once a week, every Tuesday, usually at around 9 a.m., but sometimes it could be a bit earlier, like today, um, 9 a.m. Pacific time, that is. And yes. What am I doing right now? Sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted because Facebook looks a little different right now, and I'm getting a different screen that comes up. So just wanting to make sure everything is still live and going. Um, yes, so I come on here once a week, and happy to take any questions if I catch you guys on at the same time. Happy to answer any questions that may have been sent to me throughout the week. So you're always welcome to send me questions, whether you want to send it directly into the group, or post into the group, or you might DM me. So I could do it that way too. But otherwise, when there are no questions, I come on here and talk about a topic or theme of the week. And so this week, the theme that really arose for me, if I could sum it in one word, is crossroads. So the past year has been a very eventful year for me, and I'm sure for many others. And again, probably like many of you, there have been many challenges as well as opportunities. There's been so much growth and self development for me. I took on new projects that I had never ever dreamed possible. I worked hard. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I tried many new things, and importantly, I met so many amazing people along the way. Albeit virtually, but still, these were connections that likely weren't possible if it weren't for the situation that we're in. So, and on top of that, all of these things likely would not have happened if it weren't for all the challenges that also came my way. So, for instance, this week I'm hosting a 5 day event where I share my experiences, practices, and curiosity around finding contentment and fulfillment. And in particular, I share one of the most powerful tools in IRS Yoga Nidra, and that is understanding and discovering your heartfelt desire. And if you've been on here long enough, you probably have heard me talk about the heartfelt desire. I'm sharing this with you because knowing our heartfelt desire is really fundamental to our health and well-being. And the more and more I look into this, I realize that this ties into all aspects of our lives. So on the weekend, I played around with my oracle cards, and maybe some of you have seen my post about the three cards that I drew. I drew three cards from three different decks, and they all told me that I was, or I am, currently at crossroads, and that there is a decision that I need to make. So I was surprised how loud and clear that message was, but at the same time, I was also not surprised at all. And this is because the past year has been, it's been a huge year for me, both personally and spiritually. I had a vision of what I wanted to achieve, and I went for it. I'm really passionate about my work, and I get super excited and passionate to share my experience, my knowledge, and support with like-minded people. So I worked really hard. I put so much energy trying to turn my dream into a reality. And and I went for it because I thought, hey, this is my heartfelt desire. I need to go for it. But lately, I've noticed that I've been feeling quite drained in the last few weeks. I lost my energy, I lost my vitality, and it was time that I needed to listen to my body. And, I'm telling you this because how many of us have gone through this or maybe are going through this? We may start off feeling motivated and energized about one thing, but then, as we go on, we may begin to feel exhausted and drained. How many of us actually stop to reassess our situation when this is so? So many of us don't actually take the time to pause, to reflect, and to reassess. They keep pushing through, or we keep pushing through until our bodies make us stop. I used to be one of these people. So it was not until I started understanding that the bodies are constantly sending us messages, and that these messages are not there to annoy us or hinder us, but instead what they're really trying is to warn us that we're going in the wrong direction. So it wasn't until I realized that did I start to pay more attention and give more credit to what the messages are coming, the body messages or bodily messages that are coming through. So whenever we have these sensations that alert us something is not right, they're telling us that we have actually moved away from ourselves or moved away from what we want or what's important to us. We've moved away from our heartfelt desire. So now if we're able to realize this, then we would know when it is time to pause and to realign ourselves again. Sometimes we are motivated in what we do because we thought that was what we had wanted. Or it may even be that we get started on something because it really was our heartfelt desire. But just because we started from that place of feeling that it's our heartfelt desire, it doesn't mean that along the way that we can't, that we don't get lost or we don't get distracted or give power to our self-limiting beliefs. So even if we started in alignment with our heartfelt desire, it is still very possible that we can move away from it as we go along. So I think this is what happened in my case. I had not realized that even though I started my journey with a heartfelt intention about the direction that I want to take in my life, I had drifted away. I have drifted away from it along the way. And I realized that actually I had limited myself to a narrow outcome of how I would like things to turn out. So even though it came from a heartfelt desire, I had unconsciously created an expectation of how the future should look like for me to have that heartfelt desire fulfilled. And on closer inspection, I realized that I had set these expectations for myself due to an underlying lack or scarcity, or fear of lack or scarcity. So I realized that now at this point that I was no longer driven by my heartfelt desire, that I was driven by fear instead. So no wonder I was feeling drained. So last week I took some time for self-nourishment. I needed to retreat. I needed to rest. I needed to reflect. I needed to find my way back to myself again. And I am so glad that I took this time. So a long way winding back to the oracle cards, I'm at a point where I need to make another decision along my journey. And the direction that I have been going doesn't feel like it's serving me anymore. To the point, so the point is not which path I should choose, but that I took the time to reflect and reassess, to even be aware that something needs to be changed. So sometimes we attribute our tiredness, our irritation, dissatisfaction to our situation, right? So, for instance, well, I'm tired because I've been taking care of the kids all day, or I'm irritated because my coworkers are annoying, and so on and so on. But oftentimes, the most obvious reasons are usually not the real issue. So, so take some time out, listen to your body, and drop into your heart. What is it telling you? So I think that whenever we start to have these moments where we feel tired, exhausted, drained, we may be feeling not quite ourselves, maybe just feeling a lull, feeling uninspired. You know, when we have those moments, they're okay. They're not bad. These moments are there to let us know, hey, you, these are messages from the body. So instead of trying to just brush them off, saying, I'll be right, or I just need sleep, or I just need that, maybe, it may well be. So in conjunction with maybe changing some of your lifestyle habits, you know, making sure that you are going to bed at a regular time, that you're, you know, eating the best foods that you can prepare for yourself, and, you know, having those things in place, but at the same time, maybe taking that time out and giving yourself permission to slow down and to say, hey, maybe I'm no longer in alignment with my heartfelt desire. Maybe I've moved away. Maybe this is, maybe that's what these messages are trying to tell me. And so, yeah, so I'm in the process of doing this right now. So I'm in the process of taking pause, keeping options open, and just being open myself to see what other messages have I been missing, because I have narrowed, without consciously being aware of it, I have narrowed down or set an expectation for myself of how things should be or need to be. And when we do that, we miss out on so much. Like there's like infinite possibilities out there, and when we've narrowed ourselves to just a couple of outcomes that we'd be happy with, then, you know, it's sort of uh, it's no wonder that we are never satisfied, right? What are the chances of getting that one outcome out of the millions that are possible for you, right? So, you know, while it's important to set goals and maybe have an idea of where you want to be, when we start attaching to anything, including the outcome that we want or how things need to turn out for us, suffering will arise. There's just no way around it. And the suffering, again, it's not bad. It's just telling us that, hey, you've separated or you've moved away from yourself again. Let's come back. So hopefully this was helpful or interesting to you. If you want to learn more about how you can get in touch with your heartfelt desire, definitely you can still join me in the 5-day challenge that I'm hosting this week. Or I dive deeper into understanding your heartfelt desire, and I run those trainings every day for the, you know, till Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And if you're not able to attend live, you can go back and watch the replay. And so and actually tomorrow I am offering a free coaching call for everyone in that challenge, again at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, if you want to get some free coaching, get some direction or help or support, yeah, please do join me, and I'll drop the link in the description below. And yes, but if you have any other questions, please do reach out as well. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you back here next week at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Take care, everyone. Bye now.